Welcome back to Final Fantasy the Crystal Chronicles, everybody. Last video we finished up the Lanari Desert, and in this video we're just going to do our traveling on the road in between worlds. So let's go ahead and get started and make our way back towards Luda. Oh, hey, it's the Black Knight. We've heard a lot about him. Why, you stop eating my memories. What are you looking at? Wait, come back. Oh, a caravan. Don't look at me like that. I still won't give up. In the end, I saw light, and then all was dark. I can't remember what I loved or what I hated. I remember nothing at all. But someday I will reclaim my memories from that light. So don't look at me that way. It isn't over yet. I'm not completely hollow. That's a rather interesting run-in with the Black Knight, considering we've heard a lot that he's like, you know, very fearless and he would fight you as soon as you came near him, but that's not the case. A few very, very small things to do in Luda. The first is that in the video where I actually came to this town, I was looking for the second shop, but I couldn't really get the shop to show up, and it's actually this girl here, Carl Lene, it looks like her name is. You just have to talk to her a few times until she says, "Oh, you want to buy something, do you? Well, why didn't you say so in the first place?" So it kind of sucks because if you are another race that's not a Selkie, she gets to take a bunch of your money before you even get to the shop. So that's kind of irritating. But she does sell some materials and things like that. So crafting materials, if you need any of these things, she has them to offer. So that's a shop I didn't show off last time I was here, and the second thing is that this gentleman here who is selling all of the crafts and things like that, I said I wasn't sure which order the Valiant, Mighty, and Victorious weapon went in because they're all higher level weapons and they all cost the same amount, but it turns out that for my character personally, the Mighty weapon is actually the best. It will give me 32 strength, whereas the Victorious and the Valiant will give me 31. So it's not that much greater, but I'm actually going to go ahead and buy one. And the best thing about this is also I looked up the materials that I used to create that weapon, and I can actually make it as well, which is even better. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy the Mighty weapon, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell my Valiant weapon craft because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to get that weapon and that will increase my strength a bit more, I'm hoping. And that's it in Luda. I showed off everything else the first time I was here, and so we are ready to take the ferry back to Port Tipa and continue on from there, I should say. And the crappy thing is that Tristan doesn't charge you like 300G for a round trip. He actually charges you 300G per trip you make, so just keep that in mind as well. But we're off. Hope you guys made a lot of money in the Lanari Desert and you're not stuck in Luda, because that would really suck. So we will not be seeing Luda or Lanari Desert for, I think, even the remainder of the game. I might go back. Actually, no, scratch that. I'm not going to go back at all because the boss doesn't change, so there's not really any reason to go back there. Alright, home sweet home, back at Port Tipa. So now we're pretty much back to where we started at the beginning of this year, and we have many possibilities for worlds to do in our 5th year. So let's go ahead and leaving at a game plan started here. So we have the Riverbell Path as an option, and I was wanting to show off another cycle of this place because I didn't show off the boss in its second cycle, or second form rather. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a video of just the boss battle and not the stage, because it kind of dawned on me that that would have been the smartest thing to do. What random event do we have this time? Oh, hello, more of you guys. Hello, have you had any luck finding myrrh? We filled our chalice, so we're on our way back home. That reminds me, we don't need this anymore, so go on and take it. Okay, thank you. Ooh, we get a weapon. I'm actually really curious as to what that weapon is, but before I got interrupted, what I was trying to say is that it would just be smarter of me to just show off the boss battle, because I've showed off pretty much every single one of the enemies and things like that in the whole entire stage. So that's not really worth my time. Goblin Wall is done. We no longer have to go there, so we're pretty much done with the Tip Peninsula for the time being. And now I will demonstrate the awesome, mighty power of the mysterious element chalice, because that was a water stream, but with our amazingly awesome chalice, bam, just like that, we can pass through the stream no problem. So we are now pretty much able to go anywhere in the world, and it gives us a lot of variety and choice. Alright, so next up we have Iron Mine Downs. We need to go back to the Mushroom Forest because the stage itself actually changes in Cycle 3, but I have to go there next year because I went there last year, so we'll have to wait on Mushroom Forest. And let's take a quick stop in Mars Pass, because I want to see if I can get that weapon made, and I also want to see what weapon those Clavats gave me. A Marmaw, a weapon given to you by the caravan from Mars Pass. This is a special weapon. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that it is. You can see it only has 22 strength, whereas my butterfly head has 30 strength. So unfortunately, this weapon is quite useless. But it is a special weapon you can only get from the caravan, and you can't make it or anything like that, so that's kind of cool. And I think that's actually the last time you'll see that caravan giving you items, is after you get this weapon. But unfortunately I'm gonna have to destroy it because it doesn't do anything for me. So we're still gonna have to go ahead and go with that mighty weapon craft and see if that will get me anywhere. Is it this guy or is it the other guy? Does he make the weapons? Yes, he does. And as you can see there, it requires 2 pieces of iron and a jagged scythe, and look at that, I have the right materials, which is beautiful. So let's go ahead and make that for a sweet 500G, and it will increase our strength by 2, so that's awesome as well. And actually, funnily enough, the highest attack that I think any weapon on any character is 35. So I'm actually getting very close to capping out in terms of weapons and things like that. So I'm quite happy with that weapon I just created. And he still can't make anything for us, so that's kind of a bummer. And it is year 5, so these pesky, selkie little people here, I can't find my words today. The selkie, I guess, caravan selling stuff is going to be here. And you can see that they don't really have anything that's really new. They've added some mithril stuff to their kind of inventory, but it's not really that great. There's nothing there we haven't already really kind of come across in our travels. And as you can see, you can't sell weapons. So, I mean, I've told you that before. It's like, I've tried to sell weapons before and it just doesn't let me. The game, I don't know, just really doesn't like buying your weapons off of you, so you have to destroy them, which is really a shame. But if you're not going to get much money for them anyways, then I guess what's the point, really? Let's go ahead and just take care of our weapons here. Destroy those, get some more item space, and now we can continue on. There's nothing else that I really wanted to get done in Mars Pass. Alright, so we've been done with the mine of Catherigs for quite a while, so we will not be returning there this year or ever. So actually, before we continue on, you might be curious as to what the Jegan River looks like now that the river has dried up, and I will show you what it looks like. Alright, so you can see just how devastated this place is. This is the Jegan River once it is all dried up. You can see it's quite crazy actually, and it's also kind of cool because you can actually walk the entire Jegan River, and that's actually the other side to go to the plains of Fum and Rabina Tehran. You can see there's no possible way you can get over there, and it's just teasing you. So yeah, this is what it looked like, all dried up. You can see it got quite a bit of drainage in this area, and it's not going to be filling up anytime soon, unfortunately, so we're going to have to wait on that, but I kind of like that the game made it look a little bit differently. Oh, and hey, it's Hurry! We have seen countless wars between our tribes, empty struggles for no end, but we can learn from these mistakes and apply that knowledge toward the future. You Hurdy being all insightful as usual. I heard the ferryman used to be a soldier for Alphataria. I wonder why he quit. Oh, interesting little background on our ferryman Tristan. But other than that, there's not really anything here. It's just kind of interesting to see what has become of it since the water's all gone from it, so. Okay, so now we're ready to move on. Back to an area that we haven't been to, I think, since year 3. Hey, it's more Lilties. These Lilties just love to run into us. You see, we're clean out of raw materials for weapons. We have a little money, so we can pay you for a bolt of blue silk. Sure, you know what? You can have it for free. Oh really? How kind of you. We won't forget this. I feel generous. Those Lilties, we run into a lot, and they give us some nice stuff, so. But yes, as I was saying, we're gonna go back to Alphataria, which feels like it's been forever since we were there. And I've actually quite missed the Moshet Manor and Taida and things like that, so I'm actually really, really excited to be going back to these areas because we haven't been there in so long. It's just been crazy. So, again, the stream is no problem to us, and we can just pass through here. We are awesome! Alright, so we are back, and we are going to be doing Taida in the next video. Hey, Altipalander, might you be carrying a gear? If I have one, I can give it to him, that's right. Well, let me see it. I don't know if I have one or not. I guess we do. Yes, this is it. Perhaps it is a variation. No, meteorite then? Possibly, but still. These are the ukes from Shella, I do believe. This requires further investigation. Okay. Sophie, would you mind trading this for a hard shell? No, you know what, that's fine. You go right ahead and take it. I have no use for it, to my knowledge, so we are thankful. Oh, well, thank you. I keep getting interrupted, but yes, we are going to be doing Taida because there are some pretty drastic changes. We haven't been here since Cycle 1, and the village actually changes quite a bit in later cycles, so we'll be going back there, which I'm very excited about. And then we are going to be doing Viola Sluice again. Moshet Manor is unfortunately going to get a little bit of the shaft, so that's going to kind of suck, and we'll also be going back to Alphataria. But this video is getting a little bit long, so I don't really want to go back here until I know that there's actually something worth going back for. So I'll probably do that in the next video, and maybe I will go ahead and we'll make a trip to Shella as well, just for the fun of it. I'm not too sure, but that is it for me, guys. We now have our plan for Year 5. Hope you'll join me next time. Thank you so much for watching.